talking a little bit about the stolen land that I'm broadcasting off of today, because if this is the conversation, just note that the reason why the left brings up that we're on stolen land is because they hate this country. There's no other reason for it, because they don't look at any other borders on earth as illegitimate. They only look at our country and maybe Israel. That's it. And that's what you got to know, is that every other country on earth, 195 countries, whatever there are, it's kind of disputed how many countries there are. Try looking it up. If you look it up in different search engines or certain AI bots, they'll spit out a different answer. But, roughly 200 countries. The only illegitimate ones, USA and Israel. So what do you think that means? It means they just hate those countries. It's not that they actually are experts in where a country ends and where it begins. Obviously, people who are pop artists, that's not their area of expertise. They're just saying this because it makes them feel good about themselves, because they're not happy. They're not content to make a bunch of money to sing. Okay, Ted Cruz had a pretty fun line about Billie Eilish's stolen land in the questioning of Ted Sarandos, who runs Netflix, on Capitol Hill yesterday, which was viral. I'll play some of those clips. Let's start with the clip of the senator. Cut 7, please.
Are we right now on stolen land?
I have no idea the history of this land, where we're sitting today.
Nor do I, Senator.
So that speaks volumes that neither of you are willing to say, hell no, we're not on stolen land. And I will say at the Grammys, when you see an entertainer say, nobody is illegal while we're on stolen land, and then you see entertainers leap to their feet clapping so excitedly at the notion that America's fundamentally illegitimate, it starts to convey that the entertainment world is deeply corrupt. And I will point out that same singer who says no one is illegal on stolen land promptly went back to her $14 million mansion, and somehow that stolen land she wasn't concerned about, just the United States of America.
It's too easy. These are concession layups. And it also exposes people who are liberals because they don't see it. They understand it's sort of the what is a woman line from Marsha Blackburn to Ketanji Brown Jackson, which, by the way, Ketanji Brown Jackson was at the Grammys. When was the last time you started to see Supreme Court justices pop up at pop culture events like that? Particularly the dumbest one ever, Ketanji Brown Jackson, the ultimate DEI hire in the history of the country. It's an embarrassment to the entire country, honestly, that she's Supreme Court justice. She's at the Grammys. So, but that's the whole thing. You ask people, what is a woman? They can't define it. Then you start realizing, oh yeah, you guys are completely exposed because you've allowed for the woke mind virus to infect your basic ability to have common sense. So good stuff from Senator Cruz. And it wasn't just there. A lot of the senators were very effective against the Netflix executive, far left guy. Great haircut, though. I say this because we share the same hairdresser, which is true. Let's play cut 6, please.
If you turn on Netflix, you'll find that an enormous amount, and I say this as a parent with 3 young children, an enormous amount of your children's programming has this ideology and agenda in it. Is this an advocacy position for Netflix? Is this an ideological commitment you have? I mean, why is this?
Senator Ali, Netflix has no political agenda of any kind. I would tell you that.
Well, then why is your children's program so full of this highly sexualized, highly controversial agenda? I don't understand it. It seems strange to me.
Yeah, exactly right. He's busted him here because Netflix does have a lot of trans content. It's pretty constant. You have to really police Netflix, and it's been a big battle in my household because I constantly am trying to cancel Netflix because they have the trans content and they have the homosexual content that's mixed in with the kids' content, and it's just a total. It is really challenging to police all of it. And I got 4 children. My house is chaotic very often, and I'm not above throwing on the TV every so often to keep people behaving, basically, distract them while one child gets some attention or certain things get done in the house. But you really can't do Netflix for the kids because there's these constant sucker punches. And it's very important to note this, and good for Senator Hawley for that line of approach. One other issue, though, with Netflix is that their main competition for kids is Disney, and Disney's ruined so much of their content with wokeness. And they've now tapped a new CEO, which is really interesting because Disney has ruined so many of their movies, so much of their TV with wokeness. And so now they've actually picked a guy named Josh D'Amaro to succeed Bob Iger, CEO. And what's interesting here is that he's basically the tourism guy. They're almost acknowledging that movies and TV are not the centerpiece of their business. It's the parks. It is the cruises. It is the hotels. It's that sort of stuff, which are very expensive. They exclude a lot of people from them. They cater to the ultimate super fans and not towards, families who might be getting introduced to the products. But it's very interesting that wokeness has made it so that the centerpiece of Disney is no longer their entertainment products. From Star Wars to Marvel to the kids' cartoons, too often people have been sucker punched with the political agenda of Disney that they now are basically leaning into. They're now a tourism company instead of an entertainment company. And that's very, very interesting looking forward. And so we'll see how that works for them. But I'll tell you, I predict it's not going to be great.